Hey there, and welcome to the wonderful world of powder actuated tools, however wonderful that may be. Today I have a Ramset RS22, and this is pretty much the forerunner to the, I believe they call it the Master Shot now, their 22 caliber hardware tool, trigger tool. This tool is pretty basic, pretty simple, and it's still a lot like the current tool. The main difference obviously is the lack of the silencer on the tool, but it's the same basic design. I don't know if any of the parts are interchangeable, probably a few, but I wouldn't think the nose piece is. Receiver I'm pretty sure is not. The handle is different, but it probably would fit. Anyway, this is a tool that I picked up at a pawn shop a while ago. I just had some money to waste, and so I wasted it. And it's a little damaged, and so I thought I'd go through it and see what needs to be done to it. So first thing is, it does fire. I have pulled the trigger on it. Let's remove the reset assembly. And it does fall right out, which is good. I want to check and see. It does not look like there are threads inside there. There's a little bit of wear mark in there, but I don't think it's threads. In the barrel, which does not want to come out. So what has happened to this tool, most likely, is it's been overdriven a couple of times. Probably more than a couple, and it's burred up here on the barrel, up against where the slot, or yeah, where the slot ends. The reset pin has caused a little bit of damage. Let's see if I can coax that out without having to use any extra tools. Looks like we're going to use a hammer. Well, apparently it's not the reset pin. I was expecting some damage down here. It looks like there might be a little bit. But it's sticking on something else. We got some wear marks here and stuff. It looks like I might be able to just clean this barrel off, this gunk, and get most of that taken care of. See where it starts to stick. Right in there. See if that's interesting. There could be a burr. If I look down in there, it does look like there might be a little bit of damage. Sometimes there's damage that you'll find around here from the same thing. That doesn't appear to be it. Now, as I'm moving this piston down, you can see it moves much easier in there. When I get into this area here, and it becomes extremely stiff, that hadn't been removed and cleaned in a long time. You can actually develop a carbon ring in there if you don't remove these pistons, and it can become very hard. That one wasn't too bad, but it can become very hard to remove a piston. And about the only thing you can do if you have built a carbon ring up, see what happens is that the piston comes down and it's pushing all of the carbon and debris from the previous shots right here, this area here. It's basically scraping the barrel clean and depositing it down on the end. So that's why it was so hard to remove. So I could take a wire brush in there, maybe even put it in a drill, and get some more force on it and take a lot of that stuff out, and it should slide a lot easier. Of course, using a cleaning fluid too. These scrape marks here on the piston may have been left by the reset pin if it goes up that high, and it might go up that high. A little damage on the piston. It even looks like it's bent. Let me check that barrel again and see if it looks like the receiver's damaged. Putting it in backwards on purpose. If there's damage to the receiver, or if it needs to be cleaned, this area here, because there's no metal in that area, it'll slide in that. When it hits that area, it'll slide much easier. See, now that it's where that slot is, it is sliding a lot easier. And then when I get to the spot where it's not cut out anymore, where it's the full radius of the barrel, or full diameter, it's stuck again. Hammer. So it feels like it is getting looser, so I think that once we clean that off, it may be fine. And you can see where the chamber was made and added on. Two-piece barrel. So the next step, let's see what the handles, what's in the handle. One screw's already missing. It is a 5mm. Curious to see if it's the same as what's in all the other cheap 22 caliber tools. Ramset and Spitz ITW, they apparently, I had reason to believe that they design their own tools. They just don't go to China or whatever and say, hey, make us something, we'll see if we like it. Alright, looks like I can do it without removing the trigger. No trigger spring. Here's the firing pin. Not too much different than what you'll see in the Remington tools. And the block assembly is the same type of design, but I doubt if it's interchangeable with the other tools. Get that out. Oh, there is a pin holding it. And finally, we got that button out, which should be pretty easy getting the block out. Stuck on the end again.